What's going on? It's your boy Claude Perry, my boy Darell Carr. Man, real estate, life estate, not real estate asset, but like, what does that really mean? Because I know the asset means like it's valuable, and real estate means home, property, commercial. You're a real estate asset. I've known you for over 10 years. You've physically done that, but I'm still learning. What does a real estate asset even mean? So just let folks know what that means exactly.
I like that you say asset. I do, because in real estate you have to use a title company. So I actually work for an escrow and title company, and the title company I work for is Orange Coast Title. And you know, I've been doing this for like 17 years. And what that actually means is that me working for a title company means I'm a salesperson, right? So what I do is I sell title insurance, but to be a little more specific, right? I work with real estate agents as well as lenders to try to get them to work with their pipeline and their consumers, right, to use my title company. And what we do is we act as a third neutral party. So when the monies come in, we take it, we receive the money, we're the ones who release the money, we're the ones who order demands on the liens and or other encumbrances that are attached to the property to make sure that we're providing a clear title to the actual new homeowner once they purchase the property. So it's a little complex,
now,
but it's not that bad.
Now here's what I learned about my boy right here. If you don't see the fit, swag and charisma is what you need to really scale. Being that you perform in corporate America, being you perform in the sector of real estate, it's very important to be likable, right? When I was reading my mode as a young man, I understood early that if I could get my charisma down, get my personality down, get my swag down, right, I go further.
Of course.
So for you, like, how'd you get into this industry?
I'm glad you asked, man. You know, for everybody that's listening here, you know, I used to be a personal trainer. I had no idea what title and escrow was whatsoever. I had no clue. I was actually personally training because I have, sports background. So I got into, personal training. I was personal training an escrow officer. And she told me, this is 17 years ago, that she needed someone with my charisma, my personality to come and help her with her business. She said, Darell, she's a very introverted personality, right? And she was like, I need your personality. I'll teach you the rest. And no joke, that's what happened. I started out as an escrow assistant. I couldn't even type. I still can't type that well. I mean, I look down,
So having a good personality got you where you're at today?
100%.
Like, so many people
100%.
think, like, and I know, like, social media and internet, fake friends, real friends, sometimes how to have a great personality gets kind of, like, left in the past, but, like, this is important because this is the goal for this. If you're watching this, I want you to be able to watch this and realize where you're not sharp at, maybe how to get sharper, right? So for you, did you always have a good personality?
Yes. I did. It's just me. I'm a happy person, man.
Yeah.
I don't like to be sad. I was raised that way. I was raised by all women in my life, man. And you couldn't be sad. You know what I mean? So I brought that into my life, man. And I teach that to my children and my family. So, I've always been this way. There's some nasty people out there, as you know, right? Some people who just like to be sad or mad or like to let obstacles get in their way.
Yep.
Never been me, man.
How can you use personality? How can you use charisma to scale in corporate America or scale in entrepreneurship? Like, this is about you, scaling where you're at. So for you, being that you perform in corporate America, let's say I'm brand new to the industry.
Yeah.
I'm nervous, I'm shy. What are some tips you can give me to scaling my personality?
Well, number one is if you got a good personality, you want to make, in my industry, you can make without a college education, 6 figures, easy, right? It's very lucrative, what I do, We get paid really well, and a lot of people don't know that, right?
Okay.
So I want to say that first of all. If you have a good personality and you want to make some good money and you don't mind talking to people, making phone calls, marketing yourself and learning about the business while on the job, because that's what everyone does. So I have an escrow officer, right? And when I started 17 years ago, I started as an escrow assistant, right? But there's different levels to this, right? I could have started out as a receptionist, and a lot of people that get into the title and escrow business, they start out as a receptionist, and then you get a couple tasks, right? Ordering payoffs, ordering HOA docs.
So you hit something big. You said marketing yourself, and I think that's a big part about business. Like, be yourself, but be your best self.
Correct.
So for you, what would you say is a tip on marketing yourself in business?
Well, I think branding, right?
Branding
is huge. For example, just simple. I just, like I told you, I moved over to Orange Coast Title, and my escrow officer, her name is Debbie Town.
Okay.
Right?
Shout out to Debbie Town.
Shout out to Debbie Town. And so what do we do? My last name is Carr. So what are we? We're Town Carr. So we're putting on all of our fires, right?
Nice.
pins, everything.
Nice.
Town Car, providing luxury escrow and title services. You know what I mean? That's just a quick brand. Things that you can do to be catchy, right?
Okay.
To be different and set yourself apart from the competition, right?
Okay.
That's one. But more than anything, what I've done to brand myself and to be successful is to be a resource for my clients.
Wow. So
My clients know
that
that when they need something, they call me. And I don't care what it is, right? Because they know I'll do the research.
Big.
I will go figure it out. They don't need to do it. And they know, hey, if I call Darell, I don't care if it's on this, that, or the other. Darell will take care of me.
You're a problem solver.
I'm a problem solver.
I heard that.
100%.
So let me ask you a question, like, you know, being times are what they are, right? If I'm a minority looking to get into business, in corporate America, you start pretty young. What are some things that you have to face coming in up in corporate America and having success in this sector? You know, how have you got to where you're at today, you know?
Well, you know, I didn't know anything about corporate America when I got into it, but I had to learn really, really quick.
Yeah.
I grew up in a religion where I had to wear suits every day. So wearing a suit and getting dressed up was nothing for me, and that helped me a lot, right? Getting dressed up, putting on a suit, putting on a tie, showing up. That's another thing. I couldn't type, but I showed up every day, right?
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? But ultimately, you know, getting into a corporate world for the first time, being an athlete, not knowing much about it. Honestly, in the beginning, I kept my head down, right? And I just did what I was told to do. Did what I was told to do. I didn't become successful in this business until I became myself. When I started to let people in on who I really was, instead of hiding, right? Hiding back, like thinking, oh my gosh, you know, I got to be this way.
Yeah.
Man, people started to like the real me.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
You actually like me? You know? and being myself, man.
Yeah,
You know, when I became more myself and my personality started to shine and come out, that's when I started to move up the ladder, and that's to where I'm at today.
What are some tips, you know, that you've seen work for you to help them get from entry level to top level?
Know everything.
Bam.
Learn everything. Don't not know anything that your company provides or has, or services that they provide. Know it all. Know it backwards, you know, and forward. You know, that's the key. One, so that way you're never going to stumble. And then when you know your products and you know what you know the industry, then you start to see how to manipulate it, how to make it work for you. And that's what I've been able to do. The way I talk, I don't talk like a average salesperson in my industry. I talk like a real estate agent when I'm talking to a real estate agent. I'm talking like a loan officer when I'm talking to. We speak the same language, you know. If they have a file on my escrow officer's desk, I know everything that's going on about it. They can call me 8 o'clock at night, and I can tell them exactly what's going on in their files. That makes me, you know, stand out compared to the people who are currently. There's people who have college degrees, who do what I do. Yeah.
So for you, if I'm correct if I'm wrong, like your charisma, your work ethic, it puts you in a position to scale because one, folks like you, and folks like you, they'll do business with you.
They'll do business, period.
You know?
Period. No, and at the end of the day, that's it.
Yeah.
And you just said it.
Yeah.
People want to work with people they like.
Yeah.
Right?
Funny question, have someone ever did business with you that didn't like you?
Yes. You know why?
Do you recall the deal? What happened?
Well, yeah.
What happened?
I got a couple people working with me right now that don't like me. I'm solid. They can't find nobody better.
Man,
okay?
facts.
It don't matter. It don't matter. They tell me, I don't like you, but I need you. It's okay. Hey, we work together.
What are some things that you're looking forward to?
Oh, man. So, you know, 2020 actually, for a lot of businesses were, hit hard, right?
Yeah.
Because real estate is essential, and every part of real estate is essential, every title company, at least in the Bay Area, hit record historical heights. You know, one, for refis being so low in interest rates, right? And everybody probably trying to get out of here or take out their cash so they can put it in the bank or whatever, you know, under their mattress. So we've had a lot of transactions, hit big numbers last year. This year, though, I think it's gonna continue to go.
Yeah.
I mean, again, interest rates are still very low. People are realizing the value of real estate, even in a pandemic. You got people from other countries, other states that want to bring their families together and be with families. Mom may live in Texas. Well, mom got to come out here now because we're in a pandemic. We all need to be together as a family. So real estate is just booming. It's gonna continue to boom. This year's gonna be also, I don't foresee anything slowing down no time soon.
So going into 2021, we learned a lot, right? Like, you know what? Be recession proof, being essential, right? If you can, right? If not, start looking into it, right? Like, so for you, what are some tips you have for those that are, independent contractors, entrepreneurs, on your own business, to be accountable and see like success in 2021?
Okay, so what I'd say is you got to be organized. Number one, right?
Organized one.
I mean, it's huge, right? And when I say organized, I mean potentially having a CRM or some sort of system where you are able to take care of your clients and know when you've touched them, know when you need to follow up, right?
Yeah.
That's huge, right? So being organized, have a system in place. Two, I make my calls, man. I know you do.
Yeah.
I call you sometimes and you say real quick, I'm making my calls, I call you back.
Yeah.
I make my calls every day, man.
Yeah.
And if I don't make my calls every day, man, it bothers me at night. I can't sleep.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
like a self-discipline thing though, right? Because like, it's crazy because I seen a clip with Smith, he said, we're all in the NFL, some just train differently.
That's right.
We all are in business,
Right.
some do business differently.
Correct.
So what pulls you to make those calls every single day? Because we all gotta make calls, we all got bills for the most part.
Yeah.
What pulls you though?
Well, one, my why, the boys that you know, my daughters, I got kids in college, but I've been driven. I've always been driven. I like to win. I think you hit it earlier when you were talking about sports, right?
Yeah.
And we were athletes, man. And winning was so huge, right? Winning is huge to me. I like success. When I win, I score a touchdown, I want another one, right?
Yeah.
I get a deal.
Yeah.
I want another one.
Yeah.
I get hungry, right? I get a no.
Yeah.
I want another one.
Yeah.
Because hey, you know why I want another no? I'm that closer to my yes.
Yes.
I want another one. It's just honestly, there are some people who aren't as motivated, and you may need a management or a manager to micromanage you or whatnot.
Yeah.
But man, once I realized what it took to win,
it's
a simple system.
Yeah. So shout out to Tim Grover. You said something important. You said when you win, you want to win again. Tim Grover has a philosophy. There's coolers, closers, cleaners. Coolers, they're on when the spotlight's on. Sometimes they show up, sometime. A closer show up for the most part all the time. When they win the game, they're under the bright lights.
Right.
But a cleaner, shout out to Kobe Bryant, shout out to Michael Jordan, shout out to Brett Favre, shout out to Steve Young, shout out to all these greats, because you know why? They win, they're in the weight room again.
That's right.
They win, they're like, confetti is cool.
Yep.
Let's get to work.
Let's get to work.
And that's what I hear, man.
Yeah. It's kind of like, in fitness, right? A lot of people want to reward themselves, after they've accomplished a week of, eating well and working out. So let me go splurge. Let me get my Saturday where I can, go have my ice cream.
Yeah.
Nah, somebody who really knows about fitness knows that you don't get that ice cream.
How do you fight that like, because let's be real, like there are folks out there that want to lose weight. I mean, on a side topic, but hey, this is for you. I feel it coming.
Yeah.
How can they fight that urge, and what should they do? Because that's
well, first you got to train yourself right. See, we're all trained up wrong. We're trained up as to, from the time we're young, right?
We have patterns.
You have patterns. You do something good long enough, you get a treat, you get a reward.
Yeah.
The reward is the success that you've made, not what you're going to do to damage it. It's now you're going to build on that success by having another strong week and another strong week and another, without having that ice cream at all, because you don't need it. You don't need, you reward yourself. Your reward is when you step on that scale and now you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 pounds lighter. Or if it's the other way around, you want to gain some muscle and get bigger, the other way around. That's the key.
Yeah, and I like it, man, you stack, compound interest, and that's like what life is like. And when you're self-employed, that's life. Like, you won't win every day, but you damn sure won't lose every day either, as long as you stay in the fight. And I think so many people, especially millennials out there, because I work with them constantly, and they lack the finish muscle. Here's the finish line. Don't run to it, run through it. Run through the finish line. I think if you can get that concept down, running through the finish line, it helps out so much, man. And
I know from running track. You run through the finish line, you're gonna have a faster time than if you stop at the finish line.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if I have to play devil's advocate though, right? Like, Claude, you know what? I wanna run through the finish line. I wanna win, I wanna try hard. I just can't seem to finish. And I think that's the struggle I hear so much. And for those that have a hard time finishing, what tips would you say to them to solve that problem?
Well, I think that if you're watching this, you're taking a step in the right direction, right? You're educating yourself, right? So one, you got to change a lot of the patterns that are in your head that keep you from doing and trying to be successful. That's number one.
Yeah.
And then two, get around successful people, you know, that are doing the things that you want to do,
Yeah.
and hound them. And if
Yeah.
that person don't want you around, find someone else successful and hound that person, so
Yeah.
you can find,
Yeah.
you know, get the traits that you need to be successful. I mean,
Yeah.
if you haven't seen it and you don't know it, you don't know.
Yeah.
Trust me, I didn't know it growing
Yeah.
up, man. I grew up very underprivileged, very, you know, single mom. You know, me, oldest, my sister, and you know, coming with that background, man, in a bad neighborhood, and you know, growing up in the 90s, man.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean? Gang banging was all big. To come from all that, man, to where I'm at now, man. I first, you know, I'm 42 years old, so, you know, that saying of, you know, I didn't know if I'd make it to 18 or be in jail by 18 or dead by 18, that was a real reality for me, you know? So when I start making little successes in life and winning, I always thought it was short-lived, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see it was, you know, sustainable, right?
Yeah.
It took me having to, you know, I didn't graduate college until 2010 with my BA in communications. It took me saying to myself, man, I can't read and write that well.
Yeah.
Not like I want to.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let me go back to school. Let me educate myself.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
Yeah.
use that degree for nothing, but I got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it helped me. It helped,
Yeah.
you know, that just helped
Yeah.
me to know I can finish something, right? That's
Yeah.
that's all these
Yeah.
companies want.
Yeah.
They want the paper to see if you can finish something.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I needed to do that for myself. Once
Yeah.
I did that for myself, I was able to lift my head up a little
Yeah.
higher, poke my chest out a little bit more.
Man, you say a lot, but I love you said patterns for one. I found that if people are stuck in their negative patterns, typically they haven't found their why yet.
Correct.
Because when the why shows itself, the how will show itself. When the
Exactly.
why will show,
Yes.
the how will show. But we
Yeah.
gotta start thinking about how, right? And that comes from me, visualization. Do you see yourself in a better state or just right this second? Like when I grew up, very similar to you in the Bay Area, there's so many different avenues you can go. You know, if you're
course.
straight A's,
Right.
athlete,
Right.
hood person,
Right.
robber, banker, you
Yeah.
know, whatever.
Yeah,
There's a club for everybody to hang out at.
Everybody, yeah.
And I found is that I have to start getting around the right people.
Yes.
And sometimes it meant stretching new muscles. It meant asking people, hey, you know what? You have some charisma. How'd you get that? Hey, man, I like the way you said that. How'd you learn that?
Right.
And being uncomfortable
Yeah.
with being comfortable, willing to grow.
Yeah.
And I think with growth is everything, because if we don't grow, we might as well just curl up and die.
You said something that I live by, and I'm glad you said it. When I feel comfortable,
Yeah.
I know I'm making mistakes and I'm not doing my job. Period.
Yeah.
And you said that, and I like everyone likes to be comfortable. and trust me, when I'm comfortable, I'll stay there for a little while. But I know I'm slipping, right?
Yeah.
I gotta be uncomfortable. So what can I do?
Yeah.
You know, and what motivates me, kid you not, watching you, seeing you do your videos, stuff like this,
Yeah.
and you motivate me. I got something coming too now. I just want you to know, man. Truthfully, being uncomfortable
Yeah.
is where you want to be. That's where you see the growth,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what you said. And I just wanted to repeat that because
Yeah.
for those that are listening right now, that is the key. If you're comfortable, you're doing something wrong, right? If you're uncomfortable, you're doing something right, okay?
Yeah.
Because I tell you, I've made more wins from the fails that I've made, right?
Yeah.
All the losses that I've made,
Yeah.
man. It teaches you something.
Yeah.
You get something out of those. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you say something wrong on a phone call. You say, "Oh, you're not gonna say that again," right?
Yep.
You know, you provide something that someone didn't need.
Yep.
You learn.
Yep.
I'm not gonna
Yep.
do that again,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So being uncomfortable is huge, and I just wanted to stop you on
Nah,
that and tell
and
you
like, that's the real deal though, right? Because you have to be willing to address to that ideology. If you're telling yourself, I want to be comfortable, I only want to do things I know, love, and trust, I can't tell you won't win. I'm gonna tell you from what I've seen, the massive people that are, you know, massively successful,
Yeah.
usually they thrive in that mindset.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm of the belief that success leaves clues.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't think you have to come with new invention, just make his better.
Yeah.
And if they're saying to get uncomfortable, look at me now,
Yeah.
my brother, man, you gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
And
being uncomfortable, it goes back. I swear, no joke. Fitness.
yeah.
I used to open the gym
Yeah.
every morning. California Family Fitness. Shout out to Sacramento, California Family Fitness off of Madison.
Yeah.
I used to open the gym 4 o'clock in the morning every day, right? And I see the same people come in. And I'd say to myself, wow, one, that's phenomenal. There's a handful, not a whole bunch, but a handful of the same people that come in every single day. And that's motivating when you see the same people. I'm getting paid to go there, right?
Yeah.
They're coming in just to work out. Now, you got those same people. A lot of these people, though, that came in, I'm proud and I respect them for coming in, which is great, right? That teaches you something. But if those people aren't switching up what they're doing, there they go, that's great.
Yeah.
But if you do the same thing
Yeah.
at the gym, you're gonna get the same results
Yeah.
at the gym. You're gonna look the same you do today, the same you do 3 years from now, if you do the same thing at the gym. That's not to say it's bad,
Yeah.
but if you switch up your routine often, every 3 months, you're doing plyometrics, now you're doing weights, now, you know, or you're mixing the cardios and different type of cardio, now you're outside at the track, you know. If you're constantly mixing up, there's no limit to where your body can achieve. There's no limit to what you can achieve. But if you do the same thing over and over, you may look good and you may, you know, you may hold a certain maintenance to your body, but you won't ever achieve any additional results.
You know, it's crazy. So I run a mile every morning, and for me, it was hard initially, and now I found it getting easier, not because I have better cardio, because I'm more in a pattern. So I'm trying to think of ways to make my pattern better, get up earlier now.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, not the running. It's dark outside, I know, go run. That's cold.
It's cold, right?
I know, go run.
Right.
It rain a little bit, go run.
Go run.
That's the hard part. So for me, I started off running for cardio, get uncomfortable, take over the morning, win the morning, but now I'm finding that the hardest part is getting up, not the running part. So I'm constantly trying to tune getting up earlier to something I call punish myself, because I want to win that morning over, man. So what somebody actually mentioned to me early in the week was they had a hard time procrastinating. And I think, like, because you're a business owner, you know, because you run your own business in a sense, you know, you are an entity, you are a resource, you are an asset. For you, if you procrastinated, it would directly show in your work ethic, your income, your lifestyle, most likely your happiness, as far as about performance.
Of course.
But we all struggle with procrastination, for sure.
Of course.
If I procrastinate and I'm having a hard time with that, for you, what are some tips you can give to kind of beat procrastination?
Well, procrastinate, like I said earlier, you know, have systems in place.
Yeah.
You know, where you're getting prompts, you know, on your phone or, you know, your email, whatever, where you're getting notifications as reminders as to what you need to do, right?
That's so simple.
It's so simple. It's so basic. I wish I had something more for you, right? But have a system in place, right? To not procrastinate. That's what I do, right? There's times when I don't want to make the call. You know, I had to make a call to a client of mine, very good friend of mine, and it was a tough call because I left companies, right? And for whatever reason, I needed to make this call. I knew it was going to be difficult. I didn't want to make the call. You know what I mean? But you do, and you'd be surprised a lot of times. You know, people are for you more than you think they're against you sometimes too, especially if they like you, right? So
Speaking of simple things, Jim Rome said, the simple things folks don't do. Who knows? Who knows? Because most people don't do simple things. You know, I love the military, right? They're really disciplined, but they make their bed every morning. So simple, goes a long way. For me, when I find myself in that mode of procrastinating, I try and figure out, you know what's a quick victory I can have? What's a quick victory? You know, I might write down to 5 things, what's a quick thing I can do to nip in the bud? Because it's muscle. If you don't exercise it, it atrophies, then it gets weaker. So you have to really fight that demon of procrastination by a small victory, for me.
There's a guy named Gary Gold, right? I followed him over about maybe 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I was trying to put together this presentation for real estate agents on social, for them to be more active, right? In video, right? There's so many real estate agents right now that aren't doing what you're doing today. Just interviewing people and talking to people and putting their self out there. So many people aren't doing it. Still today, I tried to put this together 12 years ago. When I did it, Gary Gold, he's a real estate agent over. He sold the Playboy Mansion. And I've been following this guy for years. And about 5 years ago, I tried to reinvent this video presentation for the real estate agents. And I gave him a call, and it's the first time I talked to him, right? And now he's big time. Now he's sold he actually on this phone call told me he was listing the Playboy Mansion, right? But one, he answered the phone. That was huge. I mean, I called him, he answered the phone. Then he said, hey, I'm in the middle of something, I'm about to hit a road, I'm gonna be on about 2-hour drive. Can I call you back then? And we talked for an hour, right? And I saw on his website, he had all of these videos. how to do a listing presentation, how to do a buyer presentation. He gave everything away, everything.
Yeah,
He's big time. And he gave everything away. And I asked him, I said, why do you provide everything that you do via video on your website? The other agents that go to your website can copy and mimic you and reinvent you.
Yeah.
You know what he said? They won't do it.
They won't do it?
He said they won't do it.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Yeah.
He said, I don't care because they won't do it.
Yeah.
And that blew my mind.
And you're right though, because they don't do it still.
Hey, Google Gary Gold. Los Angeles real estate agent sold a Playboy mansion. Gary Gold told me they won't do it.
12 years ago.
12 years ago.
Supposedly doing it.
They won't do it.
And I wish, like, a part of me goes, well, why not? But it's kind of like, because it's simple.
Simple.
And I think all goes back to comfort zone.
Yes.
They're used to doing it their old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
And this is the most dangerous kind of person for me. You have some success, so you don't do the hard things to have massive success.
Right.
Like, you have some success, so you're doing good.
Right.
But you won't go to the next level because you won't do more. So I'm constantly, for me, man, this is for me right now. I feel it. Thank you, right? I'm feeling the anointing.
Yeah.
I'm constantly trying to figure out things to do to increase the skill set of myself. You know, like, I'm not a big talker. I'm not polished, man. I'm just a conveyor that did some questionable things in life, right? And now, by the grace of God, I'm here and I'm helping people, I'm adding value, but I would never think I'd be here right now doing this 10 years ago, 20 years ago, right? This is what I love, man, cause I'm watching this, I wanna know, how can I get better? How can I scale? And I think I would have dang near killed somebody look like me, give me a game like this, man. So I appreciate you, man, a lot, man. Folks can check you out on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. What's your Facebook account? And if people are looking to scale in the real estate industry, how can they, reach out to you and get, the help that you offer?
Thank you. So again, lastly, my name is Darell Carr. I'm currently with Orange Coast Title. I have a phenomenal escrow officer in Debbie-Town, Tisha Moore as well in Pleasanton. My office is in Danville. We're looking at opening an office soon in Walnut Creek. But our office in Danville is at 588 San Ramon Valley Boulevard, Suite 200 up top. We have a beautiful view. But ultimately, if you want to reach me, you can reach me on Facebook, Darell Carr, Instagram, Darell Carr Senior, LinkedIn, Darell Carr as well. But you can reach out to me at 925-808-9517. That's my cell. Please, if you are a real estate agent or a loan officer and you're looking for a really good title, an escrow company and a salesperson to assist you with your business, please reach out to me. I love to work with you and open some business with you.
Nice, man. What's about adding value, solving problems. Remember, I appreciate you, man.